Tough reality, but school shootings are becoming a fact of life, but that doesn't mean school communities aren't fighting back.
Tonight, MTN's Kent LUETZEN goes on special assignment to show you how school administrators and staff are preparing for the worst.
School safety has been the topic of discussion this semester. It erupted across the nation after the February 14th Florida school shooting, which killed 14 students and 3 teachers.
I love you. I love you. It's going to be fine. Can you hide somewhere? Can you play dead?
It was a parent's worst nightmare.
If he shoots, we need to play dead.
The day gunman, Nicholas Cruz, opened fire inside Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, sending students and teachers in a panic.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School is being shot up. It's being shot up.
Some hiding inside closets and bathrooms to escape deadly gunfire.
I can't hear you. Are you at the school?
Now, in the weeks since the Florida shooting, schools across the country have been receiving an onslaught of copycat threats. According to the Educator School Safety Network, more than 1,400 school-based incidents and threats have been made since the Florida school attack. That's roughly 1,800 schools across the nation impacted since then. And 46% of those threats involved actual guns, while 45% were made through social media. And it's happening here in Western Montana. Just this semester, a Darby High School student was accused of making threats through the social media app Snapchat. The Charlotte School District investigated a note containing a bomb threat, and shots were fired when a Big Sky student attempted to run over a school resource officer. Over the past 4 months, schools across Western Montana have found themselves dealing with school safety incidents, and all eyes are on administrators to find solutions. So what are schools doing in the case of an act of violence? Well, I traveled to POLSON, where teachers and district leaders are prepping for any life-threatening situation.
All right, ceasefire, stop. Get up. Everybody okay? You all right?
KRISTIN Wilson, the principal at Linderman Elementary, says a safe place to go to school is the first step in a healthy learning environment.
I think the number one important thing we have to remember is that we just need a plan. And so if we aren't educated on what the best practices are and what research says will keep kids safe best, then we actually really aren't doing our job.
Oh my God! Everybody, hold on. Let's check it. Leak up.
And hardening schools has been at the forefront of this school safety discussion. In the aftermath of the Parkland shooting, President Trump said one solution to school shootings is arming teachers. He added, when we declare our schools to be gun-free zones, it just puts our students in far more danger. And although arming educators is still an idea, POLSON High School teacher ADRIENNE Barnes is very aware of the amount of stress teachers already have.
There is a ton of pressure, and I think it's already a job where you have to wear so many different hats, and here you have to add another one about trying to not just provide for the emotional security of your students, but also the physical security of your students. How do I keep them safe? Because they are why I do this job. They are my passion and my love and my, everything that you want to give everything that you can for the kids. But it's a lot like one more thing on your plate that, how do I keep them safe?
Politics aside, these teachers spent a day learning how to disarm a suspect, self-defense, and how to react in different safety scenarios, which is something POLSON Superintendent Rex WELTZ says is a starting point.
For all of us that are in this business in any public organization, we really want to do is get out of that scenario, get out of that environment. So you're going to run. If you can't do that, get yourself locked down best you can, get out of sight. And then at all costs, if those two don't work, then fight. And so the run, lock, fight is the principle, the national standards that all organizations are working under.
Schools not only have to find a better way to protect their students, but also more effectively communicate with parents. It's been a semester of questions without answers, especially for these parents who drop their kids off each day, expecting they'll come home alive. So I sat down with 5 parents from different parts of Western Montana to talk about these issues. Randy Stempel, a parent to a Big Sky sophomore. Julie Merritt, a mother of 2 boys in Missoula. Brett Butler, a father of 2 kids in the POLSON School District. Elizabeth Langley, the mother of twin daughters attending Big Fork High School. and Jeff Rolston-Clemmer, a parent to 3 students in the Missoula County Public School System. All of them different walks of life with different political views. However, the one thing they have in common is they want their kids to be safe in school. How have you addressed this at home? On special assignment in Missoula, Kent Lutzen, MTN News.
So join us tonight at 10. Kent sits down with those parents and they have an in-depth discussion, and they talk a little more deeply about the bigger issues at hand, including gun reform, background checks, and school safety from the people who are charged with keeping their children safe. So that's tonight at 10 o'clock.